Today I want to talk about the Latron Incarnon that is back in the Steel Pass circuit rotation. There's a lot of good weapons available right now. The Furious Incarnon is one of them. The Strong Incarnon is also another one of those weapons. I want to talk about the Latron here. I'll probably talk about the other two this week. We'll see. But I love it. Its alt form shoots balls all over the place. Big bouncy balls here, there, everywhere. And what's not to love? Dunking some balls on some guys to kill them. So fun weapon. One of my favorites. It was one of my go-tos. A couple months ago, I decided to finish my Steel Pass star chart and farm up all the trash nodes that I haven't done. Nodes you don't really farm or anything like that. And this was like my go-to workhorse weapon. I love this thing. In the small amount of times I've gotten it in my EDA and ETA, I love this thing. I've got it in my Steel Pass circuit. It's a beast there. I use it in the Netra cells because of the tight Albrecht labs. The Netra cells aren't really like a hard piece of content per se, but it's still pretty nice for a gun to be strong there. So let me just showcase this off. Make sure I get full charge here. We get 40 shots, and we'll just make the balls bounce. They do go all over the place. This room's pretty big. It is what it is, but it's very nice. It's basically like an RPG launcher for bouncy balls. And these things are sick. They go all over the place. They're fun to watch. Oh, I used this a lot on the Ascension mode with the Jade update with the elevator. It is awesome there. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. But yeah, fun gun. One of my favorite primary Incarnons. And yeah, good time. Here to show you the Latron all by itself. No outside buffs or anything like that. Just Latron Incarnon only shenanigans. So we'll get right into the first actual perk here and talk about it. And I think both are okay options here. I prefer the bonus multi-shot. The Latron has tons of bonus puncture, so you're basically going to keep this active 24/7. It's never going to have any downtime, really. Multi-shot's nice. You get like an extra ball, maybe an extra 2 balls here. So it's very good. I enjoy it. As for Swift Punishment, because the AoE and the balls bouncing all over the place and whatnot, you're not really going to be honed in and focused on one target and making use of this that well. It does say direct damage, so I'm like 99% sure it doesn't even work on the balls to begin with. So this is probably just a primary mode option here. So yeah, could be wrong. I'm not sure that it works on the balls or not, but that direct damage nomenclature there tells me it probably doesn't. So just go for the bonus multi-shot. It's up all the time. It's a good buff. You'll like it. I like it. It's a good time. As for the other node here, Evolution 3, it's a bit of a weird one because the options aren't really that flexible for Incarnon mode play. Weapon recoil, this thing has no recoil basically when it's in launcher mode. So once again, this is probably another primary fire perk. And then on top of that, base magazine capacity increased by 15. That doesn't work on this thing. You get 40 shots no matter what you do. Incarnate modes aren't affected by ammo efficiency or magazine capacity, so you won't go from 40 to 55 shots if you equip this. So this is here if you're a primary mode gamer, for just using the single shot battle rifle DMR mode. So on top of that, really the only realistic option we pick here is the minus zoom, which is nice because this thing is a DMR battle rifle thing. It does have a lot of high base zoom, and that's really not, it doesn't feel good IMO to me. So I like the minus zoom here. You're always looking for Rivens with minus zoom. Those always feel pretty sick. So pretty much the only go ahead option here is the marksman's focus with the minus zoom. All right. As for the last one, there's two awesome options. Two really good options here. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. Those being the spikes here. Puncture status effects remove enemy armor. This works on just about anything that can have its armor removed. The only thing that sucks is the Acolyte is status capped at 4 puncture procs, and you would need 5 puncture procs for this thing to work on the Acolyte, so that kind of sucks. So it is what it is. It's not the end of the world, but it's still good for enemies that might be slightly annoying with their armor, and it's nice utility. I enjoy it. Heck, it's even good. You could run this gun as a primer for your melee weapon. You could strip enemies with your Latron and then whack them with your melee weapon. So I like the utility. I like the way this one feels. Plus, it's cool feeling seeing the red HP bar on enemies that are normally supposed to have armor. So this is my go-ahead perk. As for the other one that I think is perfectly fine is Critical Parallel here. This one's awesome. It's bonus base critical chance and a bonus base critical multiplier. What's not to love? This is just me like big number. Me want number bigger. Give me big crit. That's when you'd use this one. So zero complaints for me if you want to run this one. It's just as fine as the armor stripping. So both two awesome perks on this thing. Pretty rare for an Incarnon. And then as for this one, Deadhead, bonus headshot damage. Um, Once again, this is going to be really hard to play around in the Incarnate mode. If you want to be a primary mode gamer, primary fire, this is probably the way you want to go. Is it? I don't know, because I'd still probably like the armor strip if I was in primary mode. I don't know. This is kind of a weird perk to chuck in here, especially with the deadheading arcane existing. So I wouldn't play around this. Get the spikes, get the bonus crit for a big number, and yeah, whatever floats your boat. Now that the Incarnon perks are done being discussed, we'll go right into my upgrade screen. A little odd, a little weird looking build I got going here, but we'll talk about it piece by piece. Tons of multi-shot. All right, this thing loves multi-shot. It has the stacking multi-shot. The more balls, the better. So I got tons of multi-shot built on this thing. Viral heat. I know it's people constantly mention it to me in the few videos that I have with a lot of discussion in the comments. Don't build viral. Run nourish. Run the Panzer. I'm here to show the weapon by itself. If you equip it on any loadout for it to get the job done. So that's why viral heat's here, because it's just the best thing to slap on and just do perfectly fine. I've ran this thing just about anywhere and everywhere, and it does fine. But yes, I know that there are better elements to choose. There are better mods I could squeeze in if I ran nourish, or if I ran any viral priming in my loadout. I do know that. I'm very well aware. But this is build for anything that works anywhere. All right, so noted, good, happy. All right, critical stuff. Vital sense, more crit damage. That's just no brainer for buffing our crit. Critical delay. I don't mind the lower fire rate. So if you do, obviously you can run point strike here, whatever it's called, but more critical chance. But I don't mind the lower fire rate. You barely notice it, so I think we're chilling there with those two crit mods. And for our last one, I have heavy caliber. I know it's kind of like a sin to run heavy caliber and like your merciless damage boosting mod, but I think the minus accuracy helps the balls bounce around better. I might be crazy, it might just be me, but I feel like sometimes the balls get like stuck inside of each other and you miss out on like that AoE from multiple balls bouncing around. So I think the minus accuracy helps there. It's still really easy to charge your Incarnate mode with this. I just like the way it feels. So maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. I prefer heavy caliber here, so it's pretty nice. But that's my build. It's pretty simple. If anything, I would drop heat if you wanted to like a flex slot. You can run like a smite mod here. Well, they're not called smites, right? Here they're called banes. Yeah, you could run a bane mod here. You would need another forma because the balls naturally do heat damage. You're really shrinking your heat damage here when you take that mod off, but it's still naturally procking on your balls. It'll be procced. So that's probably my only flex slot. I'm going to go back and put my heat mod back on here. Thermite rounds. Here we go. And then on top of all that, for my showcase that I just showed you, I wasn't using my Riven, obviously, since it's just sitting here in my bin, my mod bin. But I'm going to run it for the mission because, I like it. 10 rolls, I got a decent bit on it. More multi-shot and a bunch of puncture damage to proc my armor stripping a lot and proc my my multi-shot Incarnon perk and keep that up all the time. So this is what I love to run. This is my build. It'll do just fine no matter where we take it. And that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go hop in some Lua Survival on the moon and be on Mirage here and pump out a bunch of balls. So I'll see you there. Oh, so we're here in some Lua Survival on the moon. I'm on Mirage so I can be tanky with my Eclipse. I got my Sentinel on. He's priming the enemies with cold, so we're going to do a little bit more critical damage than normal. But it is what it is. We should be absolutely fine with our Latron here. I sense we will have zero issue mobbing up these enemies and keeping up life support and killing the Thrax when it spawns and killing the Acolyte when it spawns and whatnot. So I think we're in for a chill time. And I'm getting attacked by New Loka. I think we'll have a chill time here as well. Where you at? Well, it's like a toxin proc by these guys, actually. That'll one-shot me. And we're good. Yeah, but as you see, I have my orange energy color, and these things are just bouncing all over the place. Maybe I should switch to a black energy color. Boom, boom, boom. Because it's a little bit of a special effects overload, but it is what it is what it is. Yeah, we are chilling in this Warframe universe with this gun. I love it. I think, was this the first? No, I got the Strun. I got the Incarnon first from this. I think I got the Strun and the Furus from the first rotation of this, and I really missed out on the Latron. And funny story, the Latron Prime was the first Prime weapon I grinded way back in the day. And I was so disappointed with it that I immediately sold it for credits after I got it level 30. I hated the primary fire of this gun so much when I first got it. I was in like middle school. And I was like, wow, this thing sucks. This was my first prime. You're kidding me. And I sold it for credits, and I never grinded it up again all these years later until the Incarnon mode came out. So, funny story. Funny story. Alright, let's not run around too much here. I don't want to spread out the spawns. Even though I feel like that's just inevitable with how these things bounce around and kill people anywhere. Yeah, we are just having a grand old time with this thing. Like I said, one of my favorites. I think it's up there and just like being one of the best like good ones as well of the primaries. Obviously, the Tord's a beast. The Boar is really good. The Boar beam weapon. Is it really the Prisma Gorgon Incarnon or just the Gorgon Incarnon? That one's kind of meh. It just shoots the big explodey spikes. It's cool. It gets a lot of cool factor, but I don't know about the good per se. I think it's neat. You know, a lot of things are neat and effective, and they don't, they don't need to be, insane meta nukers, hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby weapons, As long as they have a cool gimmick and they're actually effective, I think, that's just okay with me. Boop, boop, boop. One of my favorite secondaries in the game is the Pyriana Prime, and that thing's, it's no Ocucore with its augment, but it's a slapper. Boop, boop, boop. Kind of slowed down a little bit here. I've been parkouring around less and getting towards these hordes of enemies. But, yeah, we're chilling. Chilling until the Isle Weaver update comes out. Hopefully we get another trailer this week or a date. Well, wait. Not prime time. What's the other thing called? Dev shorts are today in about an hour and a half. So maybe we'll get a date on Dev short. I doubt we'll get a date on Dev shorts of all places. Maybe we'll get alluded to a date or something. I don't know. I'm going crazy. I'm going stir crazy with no update. But yeah, no, we're fine here. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, I thought I would have been at 100 kpm. We're 20 below that mark. Wait, I need to lock in. We need to hit 500 by 5 minutes. I'm getting spider frame. The ambassador's getting... Is the ambassador buff coming in Isle Weaver? I don't know. Did they... I know they mentioned that an ambassador buff is coming, but I don't know if it's coming in Isle Weaver. Someone knows, let me know. I would be interested in modding that thing up, if it is coming in Isle Weaver, and making a video on it. I'm pretty sure the slam nerfs are coming with Isle Weaver. Could be wrong though. That'll be interesting. I'm interested in what the spider frame signature weapons are. I'd imagine they're gonna get a primary and a secondary. I feel like a melee would be weird. 5 minutes. We hit 494. Oh, we were 6 off. If only I locked in a little bit better. Oh, I accidentally set out my ball. Oops. Well, violence is dead. That wasn't because of the ball. That was because of me. That was because of the Latron. Trust. I accidentally set out my ball again. Boop, boop. Alright. The Thrax are dead. Well, that's the mission. This thing almost got 500 kpm. 500 kpm. 100 kpm. I was 6 kills off. That's an issue on my part. I was yapping a little too much and not focused on killing. But trust, I mean that was this gun all by itself. The only priming we have here was my Dirigia's cold damage. You know, if you know cold stacks give you extra crit damage, so that's Latron. Incarnon from the circuit. It's a really good weapon. I'd recommend getting yourself one. Let me just do that. And yeah, so that's enough for me. Latron all by itself. Not any outside buffs or, you know, offloading elements to here or there, just all by itself. So yeah, that's me. See you later. Bye. Hopefully Isle Weaver comes out next week. Bye. Bye.